Back at it, television family. Thanks for starting your day with us on the NCWLIFE channel. We're back at it. It is Tuesday, 15th day of April, 2025. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. Happy tax day. Hope you got your returns in. You got till the end of the day today to get your income tax filed with the federal government, with the IRS. I did mine like over a year ago. I mean, I don't like to, dilly-dally around or procrastinate, so I took care of that like a year ago or even longer than that, so I'm good to go there. Lots going on today. It's going to be a busy show. It's going to be a beautiful day. We topped off at 66 yesterday. Gorgeous. We'll be warmer than that today, and then the winds will pick up. Tonight it'll be pretty breezy overnight tonight. Breezy all day Wednesday night, and into Thursday. We're going to have it pretty easy wind-wise compared to the Waterville Plateau, and especially up in the Omak-Okanagan area. They have a wind advisory all day tomorrow. You don't see those too often, and believe it or not, they're already a little concerned about wildfires. It's the middle of April. I kid you not. We'll talk about that. All in all, though, outside of the wind, it's going to be, and that's going to be the middle of the week. It's also going to cool us down a little bit. Outside of the wind, Tuesday night or tonight, Wednesday night, the weather's just beautiful, and the Easter weekend looks mighty fine indeed. All those details are coming up. We got a lot of news to get to. Sports, pretty quiet day. Yesterday, the Mariners had the day off. They begin a road trip. They're in Cincinnati to take on the Reds, and they'll be in Toronto over the weekend. The Kraken wrap up their regular season tonight against the Kings at home. Then they're done. Of course, they were eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs at the end of March. We know where Haley Van Lith will be playing her rookie season in the WNBA. We'll talk about that in sports. We got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and believe it or not, 1 week from Thursday, it's Apple Blossom time. The 106th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is knocking on our doors. They've been sprucing up Memorial Park, getting everything ready to go. The Wenatchee Public Works Department will be out painting the streets and making sure everything is nice and clean for our 10-day party. So we thought we'd check in with Darcy Christopherson again, because there's some deadlines you need to worry about if you want to participate in certain aspects of the Apple Blossom Festival. Darcy will talk about that. We'll have that conversation in the back half of the program. It's camera time, courtesy of, well, us. A beautiful view from the Wenatchee Heights. It's still green. The Columbia River is running fast, and it's running cold. Yeah, 66 yesterday. Normal high 61. It was just beautiful. Sunrise this morning was at 6:11. Sunset tonight, and I think we can safely say tonight at this point, 7:51. That buys us 13 hours and 39 minutes of daylight. That's an additional 3 minutes and 17 seconds. We like that. Beautiful view there. And again, outside of a few high clouds, it's another beautiful morning here in God's country. Let's see what's next on our camera tour. Back up to Slide Ridge we go. That's a lot of real estate there, folks. They're still working on that little project on State Route 971. As you know, they had that big rock slide. When was that? February, early March? They've been working on it for about a week. They say it's going to take about a month. It'll be by the end of the month before they can get that cleared out. That's that rock slide that's blocked about a 2-mile portion of the road right by Lake Chelan State Park. But they're working on it. They're getting there. And is it me, or doesn't look like a lot of snow has melted up on Slide Ridge? Anyway, good morning to Manson. Good morning to Wapato Point. Good to see you this morning. Camera number 3. Ooh. Oh, he's going to make me work on this one. That may be the roof of this building. For all I know, it could be. I mean, I think we're looking at, I don't know what we're looking at. I don't know where that camera is. It might be, I don't know, it might be Rude Canyon. I don't know. Congratulations, Josiah. You threw me a curveball. Well done. Anyway, it's beautiful wherever it is that we're looking at. Camera number 4. It's a live show. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee. Good to see you. They had that little layer of fog and low clouds yesterday at this time. Not today. It's beautiful up there. The snow continues to recede, just like my hairline. Beautiful up there. Looks like they're almost ready to get Cater Glen up and going. Probably a few patches of snow around the greens and places where the trees cast shadows on the golf course, and the snow takes a little bit longer to melt. Cater Glen is usually the last golf course to open up around here, because I get a lot of snow at Lake Wenatchee almost every winter. Couple of things to show for you. First of all, video from the National Weather Service. This is all talking about the wind. Tomorrow, take a look. Your timeline is in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is your wind gust forecast. I think it'll move. I'm not sure. Again, live television, we work without a net, but I will tell you right now that a wind advisory has been issued for the Okanagan Valley and the Waterville Plateau. Starts at 9 o'clock, starts at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, goes through 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So your timeline is in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, Omak, Okanagan, you're going to get hammered pretty good. So is the Waterville Plateau. By the time the winds are around here, we should be okay. So basically, there's a strong dry trough that's making its way down from British Columbia into our area. That's why there's going to be very gusty winds for about a 30-hour period, mostly to the north of us. We'll have the occasional rogue wind on Wednesday and Wednesday night, but they're going to get hammered pretty good with some strong winds in the Omak, Okanagan area and up on the Waterville Plateau. Get ready for that. It'll eventually die down Thursday night into Friday. And because the relative humidity is really, really low, they're actually concerned about fires breaking out, especially in the Columbia Basin. There is, well, elevated fire risk for Wednesday and Wednesday night. You caught the combination of the strong winds. They're going to barrel right down where you see there, and very low relative humidity. The wettest time of the day is usually now, right about sunrise is when the relative humidity is at its highest. It's only 61% here in the Wenatchee Valley, and it's going to go down. So the combination of strong winds and low humidity, very low relative humidity, means, I know it's the middle of April, but they were a little concerned. Any kind of grass fire, especially, that breaks out for whatever reason, could really take off in the areas that you see there, especially the area in orange. So I hate to talk about that, but there it is. All right, here you go. In detail from the National Weather Service. Sunshine, lots of it all day today. We'll top off at 71. That is 10 degrees above normal. Late this afternoon, early evening hours, we're talking 7:30. The wind will start picking up as the system comes through. We'll dip down to about 46 for the overnight low, and it is ushering in some cool air from Canada, which is why we're all going to get to 66 on Wednesday. But we are going to see some wind at times Wednesday night, and Thursday we cool down to even a couple more degrees by Thursday, which is still above normal with a high of 63. We'll be done with the wind, by the way, by Thursday about noon. And then for the Easter weekend, no complaints at all, except it's going to be a little chilly for the overnight lows. So Friday 68, Saturday 65, Easter Sunday 61, sunshine again on Monday. This is one good looking forecast. We have to slog our way through the winter months so we can enjoy weeks like this. All right, after a 2-minute break, the news on this Tuesday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect, no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Central Washington Water is home to the Hot Spring Spa for over 45 years. Come see the Freshwater Smart IQ. It monitors your saltwater spa's pH balance, chlorine, and more. Or the cold plunge tub that will leave you feeling rejuvenated. Plug-and-play spas make hot tubbing easy. With great financing available, cold water, salt water, hot water, Central Washington Water has a spa for your budget and your lifestyle. Stop by today.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour MosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
It's a beautiful morning. Going to be a beautiful day. 43 degrees right now, about 71, 72 for the afternoon high. The wind will be picking up in intensity overnight tonight. Cooler and windy on Wednesday and Wednesday night, and then a gorgeous weekend is coming our way. It's about 10 minutes after the hour. A Chelan County judge handed out penalties on Monday to two long-running child pornography cases. 55-year-old Michael J. Ross of Leavenworth, he's been in jail since he was arrested in February of 2023. That was after sheriff's detectives said he shared child sexual abuse material online. Ross is a registered nurse, and he eventually pleaded guilty 2 months ago to 3 counts of child porn distribution plus a criminal mischief charge. Judge Travis Brandt sentenced Ross to 6 years in prison. Brandt also handed a prison term of just under 3 years to another Leavenworth man, 26-year-old Cayman Rain Matthews. He's been in jail since 2023 after gathering explicit images of children from the internet. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of possession of child pornography. He received a 34-month sentence. A Wenatchee man convicted of molesting a 9-year-old child has to be resentenced in Douglas County after his 5.5-year prison term was wrongly calculated. A jury in 2023 found Gilbert Garcia Jr. guilty of 1 count of child molestation, but not guilty on a 2nd count. Garcia carried out the crime against a child in his household. Judge Brian Huber sentenced Garcia to 68 months. That's the maximum end of the standard range for imprisonment. But he based the sentence in part on the charge for which Garcia was acquitted. Well, the Washington Court of Appeals ruled on Thursday that this violated court doctrine that excludes dismissed charges from consideration during sentencing. A man was injured in a shooting in downtown Wenatchee on Sunday morning. Suspect is unknown. Actually, there's not a lot of details here, but here's what we got. Wenatchee Police Sergeant Joe Eaton says that at roughly 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, officers were dispatched to the south end of Wenatchee Avenue for reports of a shooting. There, they located a man with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. The man was treated for his injuries at Confluence Health and has already been released from care. Officers later searched and collected evidence from the residence where they believed the shooting took place. Sergeant Eaton says the investigation is ongoing and the suspect's identity is unknown at this time. Grant County Sheriff's deputies have made an arrest in a kidnapping investigation in which the victim said he was abducted from Ephrata and held for 2 days in a Moses Lake trailer. 27-year-old Destin Joseph Johnston of Kent, he was taken into custody on Friday in Moses Lake. The male victim said he was lured into a car on April 6th in Ephrata, then taken to the trailer and repeatedly assaulted while being held in a bedroom there. He was then released near Wilson Creek and reported the crime while being treated at Columbia Basin Hospital. The same abductors allegedly tried to force him into a car again last Friday at a Moses Lake Circle K, but a store clerk intervened and called 911. Johnston is being held in the Grant County Jail on suspicion of kidnapping and assault. Travelers in Leavenworth will see some off-roadway work. Crews are updating the traffic signal cabinets in several intersections along Highway 2. According to the Washington State Department of Transportation, travelers should also expect turn lane closures and flagger-controlled traffic next week. The impacted areas include Highway 2 at the intersection with 9th and Evans Streets, Highway 2 and Front Street at the intersection of Chumstick Highway, and Highway 2 and Riverbend Drive. The DOT says most of the work will occur next week, next Tuesday the 22nd and next Wednesday the 23rd. The work is part of a project updating traffic mechanisms in 13 other locations throughout our area. And have you ever wanted to dangle 5 stories off the ground for a good cause? The Chelan Douglas Community Action Council is offering that chance on Saturday. They're raising funds for their food bank and other efforts by allowing donors to rappel off the Residence Inn near Walla Walla Point Park. It's a $100 pledge to join the effort. I spoke with my good buddy Alan Walker, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. And if you want to sign up, you can find the website address during this story.
April 19th, we're going to be rappelling off the top of this roof, about 80 feet down to the bottom, to the ground. We're 5 stories up here, and we have people registering. We've lowered the rate. So we plan to do this every year for a while. It's a unique, fun event that's different for the Wenatchee Valley. And so we're offering a first year entry where you can sign up, and for $100 you can rappel down from the rooftop. This is a first year only special rate. It is a fundraiser for us. So the idea is to obviously generate funds, but we also want to build excitement, and we want to get people excited about this. So this year on April 19th, for $100, you too can drop down from 5 stories up.
And you'll be happy to know they hired professionals. This is a Canadian company, and this is what they do.
This is what they do. They've been doing this for over 20 years across the U.S. and Canada. The technician, the lead tech guy that will be on site with us here on the 19th, has been with the company, I believe, since 2011, 2010, something like that. Has hosted dozens and dozens of these events, and highly certified. They have the highest level of certification in rappelling that is available.
And the other box that needs to be checked is you need to have a smooth facade all the way down the side. You can't have gargoyles sticking out or windowsills or anything. It has to be straight down, and that's no problem here.
That's no problem here. There are not very many building opportunities in the Wenatchee Valley. So when residents in here came on board, that was really great, and we appreciate their partnership for sure.
And of course, right at Walla Walla Point Park.
It's a beautiful place to be, as folks can see.
I wonder what the people who are going to be staying in the rooms right below us are going to be thinking. They're eating their Saturday morning breakfast, and all of a sudden a person comes down their window.
Yes. I think the folks with the Marriott here are going to be putting some notices out that there's going to be some unusual activity from the rooftop today. It's not window washers, it's just people rappelling down.
These are you'll be all tethered up to all kinds of safety gear, so you can kind of go down at your own speed, so to speak. Does that make sense?
You can. You are actually in control of the speed that you rappel at. So before you go over, they'll actually set up a tripod up here to lift you off the ground. You can kind of get that feeling of what it's like not to have earth underneath you, and then you are in control of the speed that you go down.
Are you going to do it, Al?
I am going to do it, yes. Yeah. I was the first one to sign up to do it, and I'm excited. I've raised about $1,000 now. So if folks aren't able to do it, but they just want to support me, I'll take that as well. So appreciate all the help.
And again, you can sign up by going to the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council website, or you can sign up on the day of. Keep in mind, it takes a little while to go through all the paperwork. And that is the news here on this Tuesday. If you want to stay in the loop, we have a newscast. Pretty darn proud of it. The NCWLIFE Evening News at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television. 5, 6, and 10 on TV. But I know a lot of people don't consume TV the traditional way. And that's okay, because we use the web, and you should too. Our news will be posted on our homepage, ncwlife.com, right around 5 o'clock. Same time on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page. We try to be as accessible as possible. We have an app. The QR code is right there. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, go about doing that. And if you have a news tip for us, you send us an email, please. news@ncwlife.com. Sports, what there is next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Sports at 21 minutes after the hour. 2 winning streaks are on the line this afternoon. The Mariners take on the Reds in the Queen City of Cincinnati. The Reds have won 3 in a row at home. The Mariners have won 4 in a row. Both teams have identical 8-8 records. Louis Castillo will start for the Mariners. The Reds will counter with Nick Lodolo. First pitch on Root Sports is at 3:40. Pretty quiet in the scoreboard yesterday. Just one game involving an American League West team. As you can see, thank you very much, St. Louis, who wasn't very good, but they beat Houston yesterday 8-3. Well, the last game of the season for the Kraken is in Seattle tonight as the Kraken host the Los Angeles Kings. Seattle is 12-11-2 against the Pacific Division. They are 35-40-6 overall. The game nationally televised on ESPN starting at 7:30. By the way, the Stanley Cup playoffs begin on Saturday, and the Kraken aren't in it. Well, the Chicago Sky selected TCU guard and Kashmir graduate Haley Van Lith with the 11th overall pick in the first round of the WNBA draft in New York last night. She holds the all-time NCAA record for games played and started, 172 minutes played, 5,692. And of course, with her career with Louisville, LSU, and TCU, Haley Van Lith averaged about 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and a couple of steals a game. Best of luck to Haley Van Lith, by the way. The WNBA season begins on May 17th. Just one prep baseball game to pass along to you. Okanagan shut out Tenasket. The final there was 7-0, but there's a lot of baseball today. Kashmir has a doubleheader. They'll be hosting Natchez Valley. The first pitch of the first game is at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That will be at Kashmir High School. Otherwise, in prep baseball today, Manson will be at Orville at 4 o'clock, 4:30 first pitch for Chelan at Brewster, Omak at Cascade, Ephrata at East Valley, Othello is at Quincy, and Moses Lake in Wenatchee will do battle at Historic Recreation Park at 5 o'clock. We will have that for you on our Facebook page. Prep softball scoreboard from yesterday. Omak 10-run to Cascade. The final there was 14-4, but there is prep softball today. A lot of doubleheaders. Again, Natchez Valley at Kashmir. I think they share the same bus as the baseball team. They'll start at 3 o'clock. Ephrata will host Toppenish at 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock first pitch at the Sterling Fourplex as the Wildcats welcome the West Valley Rams to town. And at Wenatchee's brand new facility, which, by the way, we checked it out a couple weeks ago, the new park at Triangle Park. It's nice. And the Panthers will host Eisenhower at 6 o'clock. To the pitch we go. Cascade and Brewster, they'll start at 4 o'clock, same time for Bridgeport, hosting Okanagan. 4:30 is when they'll start with Chelan traveling to Nasket, and Omak and Orville will also get going at 4:30. More prep soccer. So much we had to put it on 2 different slides. Eastmont will be at Moses Lake at 6 o'clock. Kashmir and Natchez Valley at 6 o'clock. Same time for Quincy, playing host to Prosser. Ephrata will host Sela at 6 o'clock. And Sunnyside will take on Wenatchee at 7 o'clock. The Panthers coming off their first league loss of the year last week against Eisenhower. And Sutton's got to give tonight. This will be good. Moses Lake and Wenatchee at Historic Recreation Park. Moses Lake is 6-0 in Big 9 play. Wenatchee is 9-0 in Big 9 play. They'll play tonight in a single game, and we'll have it for you right here on our Facebook page. And then we'll replay it on television at 7 o'clock, and then they'll play a doubleheader on Friday at Larson Field in Moses Lake. That'll be good. Looking forward to that. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 25 minutes after the hour for the Obscura holiday, there are 8 you can partake in. It's National Take a Wild Guess Day. also known as my tax return. It is tax day, of course, as well. It's National Titanic Remembrance Day. We'll get to that in just a little bit. It's National That Sucks Day. It's National ASL Day, American Sign Language. It's Husband Appreciation Day. It's National Glazed Spiral Ham Day. I guess because it's the Easter holidays, or Holy Week anyway. We're not doing any of that. Today is National Rubber Eraser Day. Today. I don't use a pencil. I used to use a pencil all the time. I've pretty much switched over to pens. Before the rubber eraser came around, they used bread to erase your mistakes, because you would write on lead or charcoal, and bread got the job done. The first marketed rubber eraser was in 1770, over 250 years ago. It was a competition for inventors, but it was raw rubber, which meant it didn't last as long. And then, of course, Charles Goodyear vulcanized rubber, which would make raw rubber last a long time. The man who patented the pencil with the eraser at the end was Hyman Lipman of Philadelphia. He did that in 1858. And then 4 years later, in 1862, Hyman Lipman sold his lead pencil and eraser patent for $100,000. That's a lot of money. In 1862, he sold his patent to Joseph Rickendorfer. Joseph Rickendorfer then turned around and sued the pencil manufacturer Faber for copyright infringement, for patent infringement, because Faber was cranking these things out without paying any royalties to Mr. Rickendorfer. But in 1875, the Supreme Court ruled against Rickendorfer, said your patent is invalid because your patent is actually a combination of two things that are already patented, the eraser and the pencil. And by the way, he didn't get his $100,000 back from Mr. Lipman either. National Rubber Eraser Day today. Today in history at 27 minutes after the hour, April 15th, 1865. President Abraham Lincoln dies after being shot the previous evening by John Wilkes Booth. Vice President Andrew Johnson becomes president upon Lincoln's death, and this, of course, would dominate the news in the spring and the summer of 1865. And poor Abraham Lincoln, he died on April 15th, but they didn't bury him in Springfield. He wasn't interned until May 4th. He went on a long, slow train ride without his widow, who couldn't handle it, all the way from Washington, D.C. to Springfield. And between the time he was buried on May 4th, 1865, until 1930, Abraham Lincoln's coffin was moved 17 times and opened 5 times. That's not resting in peace, people, but he's been quietly lying there for about the last 100 years. And the Titanic. I mentioned this is Titanic Remembrance Day. She goes to the bottom of the Atlantic at 2:20 in the morning of April 15th, 1912, 2 hours and 40 minutes after hitting an iceberg. We only know how many people got off the boat and survived. We know that, 710. They counted them. What we don't know is how many people died, and we'll never know because there was a number of factors involving. First of all, the actual passenger manifest of the Titanic went down with the ship, and the manifests in Southampton and in New York didn't exactly map up. There were names of passengers who were on the manifests who didn't actually get on the boat, canceled at the last minute. There were passengers that traveled under aliases for various reasons. There were passengers that were counted 2, 3, and 4 times on the manifests or on the casualty list. So nobody really knows how many people actually died at the Titanic. We know 710 survived, but how many people died? Nobody really knows. Anywhere between 1,490 to 1,635, and we'll probably never know. It's Jackie Robinson Day in Major League Baseball. Everybody will be wearing the number 42. The players, the coaches, the managers, the umpires, everybody. Jackie Robinson debuts for the Brooklyn Dodgers April 15th, 1947, 78 years ago today, and it was about damn time. And finally, this is just awful. It was a match between Sheffield Wednesday and Liverpool in the FA Cup semifinals at Haroldesborough Stadium. And the unthinkable happened as we roll video, and I will tell you exactly what happened. Liverpool was the visiting team, and so they had their own distinct cheering section, and there was hooliganism. This is the 1980s. People got drunk and did stupid things, and they were penned in. And as they opened up the gates to let the Liverpool fans in, it was all festival seating, no tickets. And the crush of people and the crush of humanity got absolutely out of control. The police, as patrons tried to climb the fence to get onto the pitch so they wouldn't die, the police would shove them back. Some of them actually climbed up to the second ledge with help of other fans. Almost everybody who died, 96 people died, all of them fans of Liverpool. All of them died from suffocation and asphyxiation. The original blame was on the Liverpool fans. They were drunk and they were obnoxious and they did bad things. As it turns out, it was the police's fault, but it took a long time to get that straightened out. 96 people should never die at a sporting event. Needless to say, they didn't play the soccer game. Birthdays. Both heavenly birthdays. There's Renaissance men and then there's Renaissance men. Leonardo da Vinci, he was an inventor. He drew, he was a sculptor, dabbled in architecture, science, music, mathematics, engineering, literature, anatomy, geology, astronomy, botany. He wrote. He made maps. Oh, and he dabbled in painting too, I'm told. Leonardo da Vinci, born in the state in 1452. And where, oh, where are you tonight? Roy Clark, the great American musician. This guy, if it was a stringed instrument that you slung around your shoulder, he could play anything and play it better than anybody else. A tremendous guitarist, banjo player, you name it, dobro. He could play it, and he played it good. He's in the Country Music Hall of Fame, the late, great Roy Clark. And the music ain't bad. Was born in the state 92 years ago today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They have a tune-up special going on right now. You can have Alpine Air come out and make sure that your system, your HVAC system, is ready to transfer from heating your home to cooling your home. It's a good deal. Don't take my word for it. Call Alpine Air and get that appointment done so you're ready to go when the heat of summer comes up. Mike Minotti has got an opinion, and then Darcy Christopherson talking all things Apple Blossom because the festival is less than 10 days away. Darcy joins us when we come back. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with the Stamilk Grand Parade Saturday, May 3rd at 11 a.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Mary Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Watch the Stamilk Grand Parade Saturday, May 3rd on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, Washington Trust Bank can help you get there. Learn more at watrust.com/awesome.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. So, Rosie, my sweet wife, and I are at La Fuente for dinner. She looks at the menu and says, "Do you want to share something? The veggie burrito looks good." I go, share? The veggie burrito? And actually, veggie burrito is a contradiction in terms as far as I'm concerned, but whatever. So I say politely, no thanks. And when she asks me what I'm going to order, I say chili verde. And she says, you always get chili verde. And she says, you always order the same thing. You wear the same clothes. You listen to the same music. Why don't you ever want to try anything new? And I say, well, we've been married for 47 years. Silence. Then she says, the veggie burrito looks good. This is Mike, Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion. Oh boy, the veggie burrito. Okay.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager. And today I want to introduce you to one of my favorite dogs here. This is Owen. Owen is our 5-year-old Alaskan Malamute mix. He's super fluffy and he's shedding a lot right now. So it's been really fun pulling out his floofs. I highly recommend it as a stress relief hobby. Owen came to us about 3 months ago. He was picked up as a stray. He was just, you know, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky, like man on the town. And but it wasn't safe for him, so he was brought here, and we've been looking for a home for him ever since. He's a big boy, but he's kind of short, and he doesn't jump up on us, which is great. He's actually really a pretty polite, chill boy. Yes, you're pretty good boy. Yes. He loves his walks and he loves his people time. Loves being outside, so he'd love a yard if possible. He does have a very adventurous spirit, as per Huskies and Malamutes. So we do recommend a fenced yard if you have a yard. He also loves stuffed animals, and he likes balls a little bit, but he's mostly about the stuffies. And he loves treats, cheese and hot dogs, are his favorites. Yeah, and yeah, he just loves to kind of snuggle and be on top of you. So we know that he is great with people, and we have seen him be great with kids too. But we do know that he's not so crazy about other dogs. And he's big enough to be an only dog, I feel like. You only need one Owen in your house. So that's just kind of what we recommend. For cats, of course, we don't know because he came as a stray. But, you know, maybe not, because he's a large boy. He is still learning his tricks and commands, really food motivated, which is fantastic. And we know that he is really good at spinning. That's one of my favorite ones to do with them. He can go to the left and to the right. Yes, you'll do anything for treats, even make yourself dizzy. We have an adoption special starting tomorrow. It's our spring adoption special, which is good on any of our dogs, 50% off. We have so many dogs who need good homes so badly that we want to make it as easy as possible for you to bring home your new furry family member. So if you'd like to come down and see Owen or any of our dogs here, we're open Thursday through Tuesday from 12:30 to 6, or you can make an appointment for Wednesday online, and we would really love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with the Technoplex Youth Parade, Saturday, April 26th at 11 a.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. It's the Technoplex Youth Parade, Saturday, April 26th on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The annual Easter egg hunt put on by the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is on Saturday, April 19th at the historic Wells House. It's just $5 per child and registration is required. This year's gala to benefit the Shalane Douglas Volunteer Attorney Services is also Saturday, April 19th at the Wenatchee Convention Center. $100 buys you dinner, a drink ticket, and a good time for a good cause.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
We are here in the commodious offices of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival at the Carnegie Building here in downtown Wenatchee to talk about the Apple Blossom Festival. The 106th edition is right around the corner. Where did the time go? It seems like 2 days ago, Darcy Christopherson, by the way, making her first appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the festival administrator. Wasn't it like 2 weeks ago we were at the Numerica Pack watching the Royal Court getting crowned, and now it's April and we're here.
Yep. I always say that. It's like once pageant's here, it just goes by so fast for all of us. So yep, we're here. We're excited for the festival. The dates are April 24th through May 4th. And the city's been working on the park. They've cut some branches down and a few trees that weren't doing well, and so it looks really nice in the park. And then of course we'll put in all the food vendors and everything, and it'll be a little brown after that.
There are a lot of festivals in and around the Pacific Northwest and all over the place really that don't have the campus that we do.
Yep.
It's a historic old park that's 120 years old, and it's right in the heart of downtown with those big beautiful trees, a place to put the stage, place to put the beer garden, place for everything. There can be no better location for everything that's going to happen for those 10 days in Memorial Park.
Yep.
It's perfect. It's like
perfect.
built for it.
Yep, it is. And it's the same park that was used 106 years ago. So that's what's really fun about it, is we've been able to, use this park for 106 years and add things to it and still make it, very successful. So
you get it.
awesome.
You can feel the history of the Apple Blossom Festival
For
in
sure.
the park.
And we're just so blessed to have a city, both East Wenatchee and Wenatchee, and a county that watches over us and just lets us continue to do what we do. A lot of festivals don't have that. They don't have any support from their city. So we're just so lucky to be able to continue, because it really would not happen if we had a lot of fees tagged on. A lot of cities charge for painting the streets. They charge the festival for that, and we just wake up in the morning and our banners are up and our apples are painted and the branches are cut. So we're very, very lucky, for sure.
One of the things that luck has nothing to do with is the skill and determination of the judges who pick the royal court every year, the Queen and the two princesses. They did it again. I mean, this is a wonderful group of young ladies who have already been representing the Valley very well.
Yes. They are just a very sweet and well-rounded group of girls. They walk in a room and people just fall in love with them. They just have a certain type of energy that people love. So they've been busy. They have gone to some service clubs. Next week is spring break, so we give them that week off. And then literally when they come back, it'll be every day they'll have something. But right now they've been delivering sponsor pictures. We have the photos done that Parsons did, and Parsons outdid themselves this year. We all love the background, and of course when you have adorable girls, it's easy to take the pictures. But so they've been delivering to all the sponsors this week, and then they'll have spring break, and then they will just go all over the place and be super busy.
When you see the portraits that, again, the Parsons did, and they did such a fantastic job, that is a long day for those three
Long day.
ladies, because there's costume changes.
Yep.
There's all, I mean, it's not, you come in, take some pictures and get out of there. They're
Yeah.
there for hours.
It's a long day. We're there. We usually get there. They go get their hair done about 8. They went to Feathered and got their hair done, and then we start about 9 in the formals, and then we're usually out of there by 3. But we always take the Abby's Pizza picture in the formals, so that's always a nice break to eat some Abby's Pizza. But yeah, we're usually out of there at 3. But these girls did a great job. I think it was one of the quicker groups
It's not
we've
easy
ever
to
had.
smile for
Yeah,
6 hours.
Yeah,
It just
and
isn't.
having that change, which I always remind them that you have so many changes because you've been so blessed to receive so many amazing items from our sponsors and our community. So I remind them that
Do you need to remind them that this is going to be that special little 2-month period of their lives that they're never going to forget? Because you're 40 years removed now from your reign. I needed to mention that. If I mentioned that it was Julie's, I won't get into that. Do they understand that they have to pocket some of these memories to draw back on 10, 20, 30 years from now?
I don't think with this group I really have to remind them of that. They're very aware of how special this is, and that they'll never have this opportunity to do something like this again. So this group, you don't have to do that too. They get it.
It could be because there's so much more of it now. I mean, you go back to even 50, 60 years ago, there's not that many pictures
right.
and films and videos
Yeah.
of all the elements. And now it's because of social media.
Right.
It's
I
everywhere.
think too, we have amazing chaperones this year. Jan Crawlard, who was a queen in '76, and then Terry Van Horn, who grew up here. She was a chaperone for the junior royalty, which was nice for her to be a part of that process and then be a chaperone. So these chaperones get it, they've experienced it. Terry's one of my dearest friends, so she kind of had that experience with me when I was queen and watched me go through all that. So.
And how long ago was that?
That was 25 years ago. No, that sounds way better than 40.
Real quickly before I forget, you guys have been in the surprise business the last couple of weeks. First of all, you cruised up to Brewster and you surprised Cass and his lovely wife, Alicia. Cass Gebbers from Gebbers Farms and Gebbers Orchards, the Apple Citizen of the Year. And let me say personally, I've known Cass for a long time. It's about time.
Yes,
Cass
I know. I
deserved
was
it.
so excited.
Talk about that. That was cool.
Yeah, so we have a group of Apple industry people and past recipients of the Apple Citizen of the Year that combine this, that make this list happen. And they literally give me the names 5 years in advance. So this was a new crop. So when I saw Cass on that list, I was so excited. But it was a process to try to surprise him. I mean, I've known for a year, and getting him in one place was so hard. So that's why we ended up going to Brewster, because we knew he was going to be at this one board meeting for sure, and that's why we did it. But at one time we were going to Yakima for the Apple Commission board meeting just to try to surprise him. But it's cool, and that's really what's fun too about this job, is to be able to do fun things like that. We did Grand Marshal yesterday with the royalty, and the girls walked out of there and went, "Oh my gosh, this is so fun!"
And Dory was honestly surprised.
Shocked. She was so shocked, and they deserve it. We've honored the Community Foundation before, and Wenatchee Valley College, and the committee was like, "Why haven't we ever honored the YMCA?" So it's going to be fun.
And Dory is a perfect example. Dory and her husband have been in the Valley for less than a decade.
Yes.
But they, like a lot of people, say this is our home. We're going to be fully vested in the community. They dove in off the deep end, off the diving board, and I can't think of a better recipient for the Grand Marshal for the Milk Growers Grand Parade than Dory Foster. She deserves it.
It's going to be great. It'll be great. So she'll definitely be in a car, and then I mentioned to the board members that were there yesterday that they should all walk with the car and wave and.
And since Darcy gets what she wants.
Well, they go walk, and I'm like, yeah, you can walk in the parade. It's not that far.
Tenaplex Youth Parade logo winner Bennett Collins. That is one of the coolest logos, because that
so cute.
It's a kid's logo, but it encapsulates the spirit of the Tenaplex Youth Parade.
Yep.
Again, a surprise thing. You showed up at the school with the Royal Court.
Yep, we showed up at Garden City Academy, and They had a pretend recess, and we broke in and surprised him. And he's 7 years old, second grader. Ironically, his sister was the first recipient 2 years ago. So she did our first official Youth Parade logo. And so that was kind of fun to have him be a part of it. But that's the best new thing ever, is to have these logo competitions, because we did that for the Youth Parade. And then we also did it this year for our official logo. So we have our official logo that is done by Lisa Zanol. And then we have our volunteer logo, which is done by a girl named Kelly Johnson. So yeah, it's been fun.
I think Bennett liked the plaque. I think he really liked the $100.
Oh yeah, the $100 is what he's like, what? So he's very excited about that. Yes.
A couple of new things for Blossoms and Brews, which is my current new favorite tradition.
It's everyone's favorite tradition.
Let's stick our toe in the water, said Alex all those years ago, and now it's one of the cornerstones of the festival.
12 years.
You've changed one of the ways you are getting in and purchasing your adult beverage. Capital idea. Talk about this.
Well, we've just learned that people like to purchase tickets, a lot of tickets in advance, so then they don't have to worry about that throughout the 11 days. So we're running a special right now online. Number one is our Fast Pass, which will get you into the beer garden, so you don't have to pay a cover charge. And then you also receive 4 beer tokens for that, $50, and that is only online. So from now until April 15th, you get to purchase a Fast Pass online.
And they're limited.
And they're limited, yes. Well, after April 15th, we don't sell them anymore.
Right.
And then the next thing is you can purchase your 10 tickets for $75. So normally it's $9 a ticket, which would be $90. So we are running, and this goes on throughout the whole festival. So you can purchase them online ahead of time if you want. We'll get them all ready for you. You can come by the office and get them. Or you can do it, Thursday opening day, buy your 10 tickets, and then you're good for the rest of the festival.
So if you do the Fast Pass and buy your beer tickets in advance, you don't have to worry about any lines.
Anything.
You just show your pass and you already got your tickets, so you don't have to get in the line to buy the tickets.
Yep. So for $125, you get your Fast Pass, you get 4 tokens, and then you get 10 tickets.
That's a good deal.
And that's a good deal.
That's a good
deal. And people really like that because, again, it lasts the whole 11 days, and they can, it's great for couples.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. Yeah.
And finally, most of the deadlines have passed with a couple of exceptions. I mean, like the parade entry, you can't do that anymore. And the Teneplex Youth Parade, I'm still getting used to that, by the way. I'm getting better.
You're getting better.
I'm getting better by saying Teneplex Youth Parade. But there are still some things that people can participate in, but they're running out of time. Talk about some of the deadlines that are coming up.
Yep. So all of our entries for the parade and arts and crafts, and pretty much our golf tournament too. Our golf tournament is on May 9th. Washington Trust Bank is our sponsor for that. I think we have 3 teams open, and that's it. So you can go online and do that. You have to be a foursome, though, in order to do that. But you can still be a business or a nonprofit and fill out an application for Youth Day, which is a great opportunity for you as a business to promote your business. But you do need to have a game or items that you would hand out to 4,000 to 5,000 kids. That's a really fun event, though, and I really encourage businesses to do that. And then our Art for Kids program, that is a 3-day drop-in process. So you can go online to get the application, but then the drop-in is here at the festival office on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday of the weekend before the weekend of Apple Blossom.
Celebrating her 25th anniversary of reigning over the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Festival Administrator Darcy Christofferson, thanks for taking time out of your busy day.
Of course, yes.
Everything we talked about, appleblossom.org, appleblossom.org. Yep. We got to get together with those folks in Virginia and see if we can get their domain.
Everybody knows we're appleblossom.org, and we have way more followers than they do.
You're right about that. Thank you for letting us visit with you here in the lovely foyer of your building. I wanted to do this with the wall of royalty behind us.
This is the 80s and 90s wall. So it starts here, and then the 90s are over on the other side. And then going up the stairs is the 70s wall. And then downstairs is 2000 on. So we have lots of years up here. Look at that.
And number 106 is right around the corner.
Yes, it's amazing.
Darcy, it's nice meeting you. Thanks for doing the show for the first time. We'll have to have you come on more often. Work for you?
Anytime for you, anything.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Celebrate Apple Blossom with a Classy Chassis Parade on Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on the NCWLIFE channel. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington, Boswell's Home Furnishings, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Watch the Classy Chassis Parade Friday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour moseslake.com and start your adventure today.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. With professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Haven't really warmed up a great deal. 45 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. We had a beautiful day yesterday, topped off at 66. We're going to be lower 70s today. I like that. Some folks out in the Columbia Basin perhaps a little bit warmer than that. The only real hiccup for the next really 6, 7, 8 days into the early part of next week is the wind. It's going to be quite windy in some locations starting tonight into tomorrow all the way through Wednesday night. In fact, a wind advisory, as you take a look at the wind direction and the timeline, a wind advisory is out for Okanagan and Waterville and those associated areas, Omak, Okanagan, Tenasket, the Waterville Plateau. A wind advisory from 5 a.m. tomorrow morning through 8 o'clock tomorrow night, because they're going to get the brunt of this as a strong, dry trough is working its way into our area. It's going to eventually knock the high-pressure ridge out of alignment. It's going to happen overnight tonight into Wednesday, but very windy conditions in the Waterville Plateau and especially up in the Okanagan Valley. Gusts above 40 miles an hour up there. That is not good. And because the relative humidity is going to be bone dry, they are a little concerned about fire conditions. I know it's the middle of April, but here we go. There is an elevated fire risk for those folks in and around the orange area that you see on your screen. And of course, that would mean grassland or sageland or brush. If it catches on fire, it could really take off with these very, very strong winds. So hopefully we won't be reporting on any fires on tomorrow night's news, but it's hard to believe we're talking about a fire risk this time of the year. It's all about the winds, and the relative humidity is going to be lower than a gopher's basement. Sunshine today, and a lot of it. High of about 71 degrees. Few clouds tonight, no big deal. 46 for the overnight low. Wednesday, a little breezy in the Wenatchee Valley. Most of the wind, as you already know, is going to be relegated to the north of us. It's going to cool us down a little bit with a high of 66 degrees. This system is coming down from British Columbia, so it's going to usher in some cooler air on Wednesday night, and Thursday. Then we warm right back up on Friday. Saturday, Easter Sunday looks good. Bountiful sunshine for everybody. Not a drop of rain to be had. That's it for us. Have a good and safe Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.